Alright, let me see. Invite, send Corey, send Chris. Boom. And Brian Jennings. Alright, bring Corey the video. Improve. Send.
What up, bro?
What up, bro?
What's the deal, man? I seen you having problems on the laptop.
Yeah, shit. I'm still having problems.
Where Brian is? I seen he was trying to come in.
Alright, there we go. There's the sound. Let me see if I can get Brian. What's up, Eldridge? Appreciate you tapping in, bro.
Okay, see, Wisdom Wednesday.
Invite.
All right. I just gotta do that push on that invite. He'd be good.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, bro. The desktop. Hey,
Yeah,
the platform they give us on the desktop and the options.
yeah. It's way crazy, right?
I've never
Totally
seen
different.
one, and it allow us to do polls, answer questions, and all that. So
Yeah.
that was
Way
crazy.
different. Yeah, way different.
Let's see where Brian at.
I don't know, man.
He might be at his interview. Oh no, fine.
Man, we can just go ahead and start. I'm waiting on Mike. Said he gonna jump in a minute, huh?
Yeah, bro.
So we can start, man. And
We can. I know Brian. I sent him the invite. We'll see what Mike jump on, and we'll invite.
So man, yeah, man. I kind of want to just, you know what I'm saying? Like when I hit y'all up and I was telling y'all, I wanted to tap into Ezekiel chapter 37, man.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it correlates to a lot of what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot that's going on out there for like our people specifically, bro. Like it's crazy. Like, you know, it ain't nothing new under the sun. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's just like I started reading it. Then when I was reading it, I was like, dang, like, you know, it just brought that back to me. Like, man, he talking about us, bro. He definitely talking about us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, I was reading, man. I'm gonna read a little bit of it. You know what I'm saying? Like pieces here and there. Then hopefully Brian jump in soon, and Mike jump in, and we can break it down together too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna just read a little bit of it, man. Ezekiel chapter 37. You know, so it's a. We're gonna go to the beginning. I'm gonna go to the first part. It's a the hand. See, my Bible say Jehovah in there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Most High. You feel me? So it's gonna say that the hand of Jehovah was upon me, and by His Spirit, Jehovah took me and set me down in the middle of the valley, plain, and it was full of bones. It said it had me pass all around them, and I saw there was very many bones lying in the valley plain, and they were very dry. He asked me, son of man, can these bones come to life? To that I said, sovereign Lord Jehovah, you are the one who knows. So it's like even just that part right there where he was like, he had me walk through this valley of dry bones. Then he was like, he walked and saw all those dry bones. Then Jehovah was like, you know, God, Most High God was like, can these bones live? And he was like, only you know that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But really, I think he was asking him a question that he knew that he would figure out later on. You know what I'm saying? He would figure out this question later on, what he was trying to ask him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go a little bit further before I say, you know, what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hey, Takoya, are you in the are you still in there?
huh?
I think we had a viewer. I want to see if Takoya is still in there.
Oh, okay.
Didn't interrupt you.
It's two people right here. Two people in there. So look like Eldridge G. I don't know if he's still in there.
Yeah, I can't see who's in there. Just show me a number.
Yeah, I just see two. It just say two. I don't know who they are either.
All right,
So,
let's go.
so now I'm finna hit you with this. So he said to them, he said, Most High God said, he said to the Most High God, only you know. So then he said, prophesy over these bones and say to them, you dry bones, hear the word of Jehovah. This is what the sovereign Lord Jehovah says to these bones. I will cause breath to enter into you, and you will come to life. I will put sinews and flesh on you, and I will cover you with skin and put breath in you, and you will come to life, and you will have to know that I am Jehovah. So I'm gonna just go stop right there for right now. That goes all the way up to verse from 1 to 6. You know what I'm saying? So I think like what I got from that, man, it was real, because it's like, if you think about it, man, like let's just say we go into the valley of the dry bones. When you think of dry bones and you just see bones everywhere, you see a bunch of dead people. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? That's like bodies that done decomposed, that done died off already. It's just they bones left in this big old valley. Everywhere you look around, it's a desert full of bones. You know what I'm saying? So I thought about, like, if you really look around, man, like with the youth and with this generation now, man, a lot of our people dead, bro. They dead, bro. They dead. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't no life in them. They dead, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when God said, man, can these bones live? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, God, you only know that. Then he was like, well, then you speak to the bones then. So when that part made me think, like, dang, like maybe that's what we got to keep doing, what we doing right now. We got to keep speaking life. We got to keep trying to uplift the youth and the people around us, and speak life into them so they can live again. You know what I'm saying? And like the breath that's in their body. And when he say you speak to these bones, they gonna come to life.
Yeah,
When he say they gonna come to life, man, I think that's more correlated to, like, they bones gonna start getting skin. Basically these bones gonna come alive. They gonna start forming skin on their body again. They gonna get breath in their body again. It's like we giving them something that God given us to tell them to help them live again. Cause you got a lot of people walking around here existing, they not living, like Walking Dead. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah. But first, bro, I gotta say thank you
Yeah, you're welcome, bro.
for sharing that part.
Yeah.
You remember what I tell you when you sent the verse? What I say?
What did you say? Yeah, I remember what you said. I remember what you said.
Say it.
You said, man, I'm kind of still young in it. I remember you was like, I'm kind of young in it still, or whatever. But what I told you, I was like, that don't matter. And the reason it don't matter, because it's gonna all correlate and come back to what we really own. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what you just correlated. That's what you just did for me, bro.
Yeah.
At this verse, I listened to it. Jumped in the shower. I listened to it.
Yeah.
I rode around. I listened to it.
Yeah.
And I like, man, I don't. I'm praying on it. I'm praying on it. I'm praying on
Yeah.
it. But when
Yeah.
you talk about like the hope the youth,
yeah,
the people in general, right?
in general, yeah, because some of them ain't young. You got some old ignorant people too now.
Yeah, yeah. And like the statistics say, the average person dies at the age of 25.
Right,
You know,
right,
and that's saying they mentally give up on their hopes, their dreams. They
right,
become a walking shell. They're dead.
right,
But then when he talks about like, can like, bro, I don't know if you ever been in a bad relationship. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I have, bro. Trust me.
You start looking at yourself. You feel like you the same. You feel like, but then you get out
Mm-hmm.
and you realize, dang, different weight start coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Start looking at, you start feeling a little healthier. You start breathing a little different.
You start living again.
Start living again, bro.
Wow,
So
that's deep.
some of us are going through this life and we're not living.
Mm-hmm.
We breathe and don't even know we can't breathe.
Mm.
Dead and don't even know we're dead.
Man.
We're walking around here hopeless, fighting hopeless things, fighting hopeless battles that don't lead life nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Battles that we ain't supposed to be fighting, that we supposed to be letting God take care of.
Bruh.
But that breakdown was dope, how you just did it with the relationship, because I didn't look at it in that way, but we can tilt this thing. Because if you think about it, bro, like your valley of your dry bones could be a bad relationship. It could be you fighting, trying to get away from a drug addiction, and you trying to live again a regular normal life, but your death is that drug calling you, or this relationship you trapped in. So it's crazy, man, to say it like that.
Let's break depression down, right?
Right.
So I'm not a clinical scientist, I'm not a doctor, all that disclaimer stuff. I'm just being great on purpose and trying to speak greatness. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on thought. Grand Rising, John Brinson.
What up, JB?
Grand Rising. Grand Rising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
go ahead.
I really like. I really want us to take time and acknowledge the people that come on.
And that's why I did.
Yeah, I didn't get to tap you, but try not to break our thought at the same time. But make sure we acknowledge them, acknowledge folks. If they want to jump in and join on, they can send an invite too. I left that open.
That's open.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
yeah. So, bro, like, it don't just have to be. It don't just have to be a bad relationship. It could just be hopeless. But when I was talking about depression, right? So let's just talk a general term. They say depression is wanting to be somewhere.
Okay.
And feeling like you don't have the avenue or resources to get there.
Okay. Okay, let's do that. Come on.
Right? Then when they talk about anxiety, anxiety is wanting to be too far ahead.
Right.
And
right.
You're anxious.
No middle ground.
Boom. No middle ground.
Right.
Depression is, bruh, I want to be great, but I done Stockholm syndrome.
Right.
I done bought into this culture of telling me I'm not nothing. Everybody's against me.
Okay.
So it leads you to feeling depressed.
Okay.
But God, he already told us the answer.
Yeah.
How we get this life.
Yeah.
He said faith and purpose.
There we go.
Build up, man.
Yes.
How
yes.
Bring these dry bones to life.
You got to speak life into them, brother.
That's hope.
That's hope.
Faith.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how do we like, I don't like motivation. I hate the term motivation.
Let's inspire.
Breathe, inspire, give
you
know.
Yeah.
Because we want it to be longevity, right?
Right.
So if we show you how to tap into that purpose, if we show you kind of that why, show you a way to have hope, because God already gave us a talent that's going to make way for us. We just have to encourage you, give you hope. You just need to tap into that.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So you
Right.
can get depression, so you can get that life back.
Right. Right.
But even in that hope and that purpose is going to help you pick that relationship too.
Yeah, I feel you on that, man. I feel you on that, man. That's real, man. Cause I think, like I said, I like how you put that twist on it like that, man. Because when we symbolizing death or this valley of dead people, it's in so many ways. Some people dead to who they are.
Yeah.
Some people don't know they from Negro land. Some people don't know like that they God chosen people. Some people don't know that they can be great on purpose.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
don't have that crown consciousness, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? So they dead in that sense. You know what I mean? But it take sometimes maybe just someone to tap in or listen to something like this or read a certain book or something that's gonna bring that life back into them and bring them out of that valley of dry bones. You know what I'm saying?
What up,
That
guy?
you say what?
I was saying, what's up to Soul in the Sky?
Already. What's up with it? What's up with it?
But yeah, bro, that's very true. You know, that's very true. And I think about like going back to how this started in our first meeting with me saying, I don't want to be on Facebook. I don't want to be
Yeah.
talking,
Mm-hmm.
because it's, to me, it's a lot of people that or rather just try to get your attention and do things to get your attention to try to hit some type of algorithm or whatever. So they mislead,
Right.
they spill bad information, whatever to get your attention, don't really care, just trying to get you to quote unquote engage.
Right.
You
Right.
know, but you engage to something that's not leading you nowhere.
Right. Right.
You know.
But I feel like, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of good that it came to where we at right now because it led to Wisdom Wednesdays. It came to this. And I think it's good because, last week we had a few technical difficulties, man. We couldn't really even dig in, man. But I feel like it's important too, man, because you gotta in every negative situation, we gotta remember there's always a positive too. So we know, like, dang, social media can be very negative. It's showing our kids things that they shouldn't be seeing, or they learning things they shouldn't be learning. It's taking their attention away from things that they could be really trying to learn or register in their own mind and spirit, but they so focused on social media. If it's getting their attention anyway, we might as be on the platform of social media to where somebody they gonna see us going live and they might get something out of it. Okay, you feel me? If I gotta get you right there, I'm gonna get you right there. Then we gonna meet you where you at. Then you see what I'm saying? So when you look at it in that sense, even though it could be a negative, it could also be a positive in that way. Cause somebody might be getting something out of this. I'm pretty sure. You know what I'm saying? Iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying?
If
Iron sharpens iron, man. So that's how I see it, man. We just gotta like in every situation, bro. No matter where you at, like what they say, your pool pit is where you are. You know what I'm saying? And so somebody gonna get something out of what we talking about. They might go to a whole nother live or somewhere else, and it's somebody gonna say on that live. They gonna get something out of that too. They might take something out of what we saying and put it with what they just looked at on another live, and that might give them all the pieces to the puzzle that they've been needing in their life. You know what I'm saying? So we playing our part, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's important too. We don't never want to discredit the fact that what we doing is important too, because we taking time out of our day to talk on this level. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we supposed to be doing, bro.
True.
Yeah.
All right. You stopped at what, 7 or
That's
6?
7. I stopped at 7. I'm gonna dig in some more though.
Okay.
Let me dig in some more. Let me see where I want to go with it. Cause when we get to 15, that's when we gonna get in there. So then I guess I'll go ahead and read some more.
Okay.
We start at 7. Then I prophesied as I had been commanded. As soon as I prophesied, there was a noise, a rattling sound, and the bones began to come together, bone to bone. Then I saw sinews of flesh come on them, and skin covered over them, but there was still no breath in them. He then said to me, prophesy to the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, this is what the sovereign Lord Jehovah says. From the four winds come in, O wind, and blow upon these people who were killed, so that they may come to life. So I prophesied just as he commanded me, and breath came into them, and they began to live, and then they stand on their feet, an extremely large army. Woo! Did you hear that? He said the breath, he prophesied to the wind and said their whole body came together.
Mhm.
They starting to wake up now. You see what I'm saying? They waking up little by little, but they still ain't breathing. Remember what you said earlier? They walking around, they really ain't breathing. They
When
alive. They walking around, they alive. They just missing that one thing, that breath. They need that
when
breath blown into them.
when you was reading 7 and
Yeah,
8, right?
yeah.
It talks about them having skin, but at that point, no breath.
No breath.
To me, that reminds me of our conscious community.
Okay, come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
how can you like the Bible tells you you can't have wisdom without God, really.
Right. You can't.
You can't
Right.
have wisdom without God.
Right.
God gives wisdom,
Right.
right? So what are you really conscious of without no wisdom?
Right.
You see? So now,
Right.
yeah, we are coming together.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's why we're talking about the Yahwehs. We're trying to figure it out.
Right. Right.
Everybody
Right.
has their different God, name for God. We're seeking, we're searching.
Right.
That's all that symbolizes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're at the stage now. We're walking with no breath in them, with no
Mm-hmm.
us.
Right. Right.
Like, yeah, we could talk on here
Mm-hmm.
and we could inspire,
Mm-hmm.
but together we can't do it fast enough. But
Right.
now with each one we inspire, as we bring more,
Mm-hmm.
God's gonna see us bringing more.
That's gonna bring that blue time.
When enough of us come together, he said, oh, I see what y'all trying to do. Y'all trying to breathe breath in the dead bones. I'm gonna help you. And he's
Yeah.
gonna send that wind.
Yeah. I
And
like
that
that.
wind gonna bring us
Yeah. I
breath.
like that breakdown. Yeah.
You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
it's gonna take our little light. In the words of
Excuse me.
Tupac, I'm gonna remix Tupac words.
What he
You know
said?
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I might not change the world, but I'm gonna spark the minds that call
That
God,
will. That will. Yeah. Yeah. I
that
like that.
will that will call God to.
That will call God to. There you
I'm
go.
gonna spark
Boom.
the minds that's gonna call God.
God to. Because he the only one that can do it.
He's
You're
the
right,
one to
man.
do it, and it's
You're
gonna
right.
take enough of us calling him.
Yeah. I like
Start
that. I
doing
like that.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like how you broke that down. I like how you broke that down. Yeah. He said, I'm gonna breathe breath into them, man.
Yeah.
He said, from the four winds come in, O wind, and blow upon these people who were killed, so that they came to life. So I prophesied just as he commanded me, and breathe, and he said, breathe, breath came into them, and they began to live and to stand on their feet, an extremely large army. You know what I'm saying? So strength in numbers, man. Once we come together the right way, and and we start to really wake up more and more people around us, and
Mm-hmm.
we all come together like we want to by the multitudes, bro. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be a powerful thing. That's gonna be a strong win right there.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
That's gonna be a strong win, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He said they stood like a mighty army, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. You know You know how you know that's gonna be such a powerful thing?
Why is that? Come on.
Because they already got a law for it. If you get 10 to 15 black men standing together or walking in the mall, they call it inciting a riot.
Wow. See, that's too much. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
bro.
crazy, right?
Yeah.
You might just be shopping. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, bro.
That power coming together like that is too much, and they know it's too much. So before we even let it get that far, we're gonna break it up.
But see, I think, and this is where I say the conscious movement gives us life with no breath, right?
Right.
We can't come together as kings,
Right.
you know? We can't come together as kings. We have to come together as servants of God.
Right.
Because we come together as kings, we think we doing something. Now
Right.
we have to be vessels for God to move through.
Mm-hmm.
Same accord per se.
Right. Right.
We're gonna bring you up.
Yeah. Give him an invite. Bring Brian. Give Brian the invite.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but I feel you on that when you say like we gotta be the best. Cause the thing about it, man, like we have to keep in mind this. What's up with it, Brian, man?
What's going down?
Yo, what's up, King? So
Man, you
the thing we
chilling.
have to keep in mind, bro, is this. Anything we doing, bro, any movement we making, anything we tapping into when it comes to our gifts, when it comes to anything we doing,
Mm-hmm.
if it wasn't for God, we wouldn't have the power to do none of it. Because even our gifts he gave to us.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Even the gifts we got, you might be the best architect in the world, or you might be able to build cars from scratch. You didn't do that by yourself. God gave you that gift to be able to do it. You see what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Because guess what he did? He, even though we talk about this valley now of dry bones, that's what we own, Ezekiel 37. You know Brian know it. So even though we talking about we trying to breathe breath into the rest of the people, and we trying to wake the people up and all that, you know, in representation of that, at the same time, God, bro, he breathed his breath into me this morning.
Yeah.
I'm a single
For
out
real.
of that valley of dry bones. I'm one single portion of that valley of dry bones that he woke up this morning. You is too.
Mm-hmm.
Brian is too. He breathed breath
Mm-hmm.
and we woke up this morning.
No,
You know
for
what I'm saying?
real.
You
Hey,
feel me?
Oh, bruh. So, so, okay, I just had a whole nother thought.
Come on with it.
Bro, when we wake up every morning, he's breathing breath in us.
Right,
So we're already dry bones. We're already flesh with no breath every time we go to sleep. But whether or not he chooses to wake us up.
that's gonna make the bones not dry when he wake us up, when he breathe in us another day.
Yeah, because you could be flesh with no breath.
Yeah,
with no
that's
life, no
deep.
hope.
Yeah,
So this personal for me when God gave me this, I was in captivity, and I never forget God took me to Ezekiel 37, and as I read it, He said, "Now be hope." Because I was in prison where there's no hope.
right,
So be
right.
the example of hope what people see.
Mm-hmm,
Some people may not pick up the truth, the Bible, the
mm-hmm,
Torah, the Quran. They might not pick up those things, but they all you are all they see. So you're a representation of life.
right,
When we lose hope, say a person might have been having cancer for 20 years, but soon as they find out, they lose that hope. So when you lose the hope, you lose the fight. You lose the ambition to get up and be better than you was yesterday.
right,
We're all a valley, we're all dry bones until we have that hope, till we have that God in us. Because it's
right,
the God in you that's gonna give you the ability to wake up, to be awakened. Everybody say
right.
I'm woke, I'm woke, I'm woke. But if you woke, you wouldn't do the same things you're doing, expecting something different. You know what I'm saying? It's not until you
Man,
apply
come on,
what you
Brian.
know that it
Come on,
calls you to
Brian.
see differently.
Yes,
You
come
and it
on, man. Yes, sir.
you'll
You,
start to see your
mm,
action walking. When we the bones, we don't care. We're just going through life, letting everything.
What up, Carl?
substance. So when God give you that substance daily, you remember he told the Israelites, like, I'm gonna give y'all fresh manna daily. I'm gonna give y'all this every. So you have to go to the source every day in order for them bones to get the proper nutrition for that day. I'm just y'all.
Brian, he gonna have to move his
I'm
phone
just
around a little
spitting.
bit so because he cutting out because he dropping some jewels. And there was a few spots that cut out. I know he was going hard. Ooh, he gonna put that phone right, boy. Cause I'm telling you, it was some fire coming up out of there.
Yeah, bro.
Yes, sir.
So okay. What up, Juice? What up, Carl? What up, Ella? So remember last week, right? I was talking about free. And
Right.
when somebody expired, they're out of breath.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Bible talks about, now I'm summing up with Brian. The Bible talks about how important your testimony is.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Share your testimony because your testimony inspires.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
As Brian talks about hope, your testimony gives hope. Your
Right.
testimony inspires. Your testimony gives breath.
Right.
That allows
Right.
somebody else to feel like they can make it to their next
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
spot, next check,
Yeah.
milestone,
Mm-hmm.
case may be.
No, for real.
Exactly.
For real.
Exactly, man. I feel you on that. I agree on that, man. I agree on that. Because
So
at the end of the day, somebody out there, like just like what we doing now, for example, like I said, what we doing now, even with the Tapped In podcast, all that. Shouts out to Tony with his podcast,
Gangster.
Wealth is Gangster.
wealth
You
is
know what I'm
gangster.
saying? That's inspiring too. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But at the end of the day, bro, somebody gonna hear something like you never know. Somebody might be at the point where they be like, man, I'm finna get in my car today and I'm finna drive it over a bridge. And
Mm-hmm.
then they just might go on social media just for 5 seconds,
Yep.
5 minutes. And then they pop up and run across this. And then they be like, dang, this inspired me. I do have a reason to keep living. They've been through the same thing. They ain't give up yet. Let me just keep going to, you know what I
Hey,
mean? Like you don't know like what one little conversation can do to inspire another person, man.
hey,
You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
and that's crazy because earlier, man, I was down, cuz like I was really down. Like my spirits, my everything was down, man. I'm just talking about life, you know what I mean? And
Right, right.
I got a call from my pops, and it's like I was gonna call him yesterday, but I'm like, I already know what he gonna say. So it's like God ordained for him to call me today. And what he gave me the substance, it was the substance, like, man, you know what? It gave me that hope. Because God
Right.
say with the faith of a mustard seed. It
Mustard
didn't
seed,
say
right?
you have to have all the faith. It said the mustard seed, just that
Yeah.
little bit of hope that I can't
Mm-hmm.
give up. Like you said,
Right.
somebody might be ready to kill themselves, but you tell them good morning. You tell them I love you. You tell them something that's edification, and it'll cause them to
Yeah.
everything.
Right.
Because it say
Right.
resist the
Mm-hmm.
temptation and it flee. You resist Satan and the things of flee. Anything of God. That's why he said, let your words be edification. Be ready in
Mm-hmm.
season and out of season. Because you are the sample. You are the vessel used for God to bring hope to the
Mm-hmm.
people. In Isaiah 61, it says, we are all ministers. All the minister is telling the good news of what God did for you. It didn't say tell
That's
the good
it.
news of what God did for David, TD Jakes.
Yeah.
No, it said what
Mm-hmm.
God did for you.
Right.
Vantonio was talking about the testimony. I think it's Revelations 12:9. It said you'll win the people by the blood and the word of your testimony.
Your
Because it's your
testimony.
testimony that say, man, if God would do it for Brian, I knew he was a big time gangbanger. If God would do it for Brian, I knew he was big time selling drugs. If he'll do it for Brian, I know he had a trouble messing with women. If he'll do it for him, why won't he do it for me? Because the
Right.
word said he's not a
Right.
respecter of
Yep.
persons. So
Mm-hmm.
when you start speaking life,
Mm-hmm.
you got to be transparent.
Yeah.
It's your transparency that's winning people. It's not how much Bible you know. It's not how much. It ain't about none of that. It's your transparency because people
Right.
can relate and we all can relate to one thing, and that's hurt.
Yeah.
Everybody in the world has experienced hurt, bro.
Yeah.
So
And
why
they
not?
see that example.
hey,
Why not? Oh,
Brian,
huh?
Tommy said, Tommy told me one day, he said, guy got many faces, and he could use anyone at any time.
Yep. Anyone. If he'll use a jackass, man, if he'll use a donkey, cuz why won't he use us?
Right.
What makes us different? You know, because I'm gonna tell you what makes us different though.
What, Tony?
You know what makes us different?
What's that, brother?
The choice.
Yeah.
You have to choose to get up and do right. You have to choose to do the right thing when ain't nobody looking.
Free will.
Free
When ain't
will.
nobody
Free
looking,
will.
you got to do
Free
the
will.
right thing. And by doing the right thing, you're aligning your life up to God. You know, Jesus never once said he want us to be perfect, cuz. He did not one time say, I want y'all to be perfect. He just said, I want you to love God and love your neighbor like yourself. That's the only, when they asked him directly, you know, that was a direct question. What is it that you leave us to do? He said, love God and love your neighbor like yourself. He didn't say walk around and don't curse. He didn't say walk around and no smoke. He didn't say none of those things that man put these stipulations on things.
Yeah.
God, the word of God didn't say that. God, because in the word of God, I can show you in the word of God, it says, if a man is to get caught stealing for trying to provide for his family, he's to pay back double.
Yeah.
See, it's all about how the perception.
Why are you doing it? What's your purpose?
Exactly.
What's your reason? And see, God know the heart of man. God know the heart of man. He know our heart, man. Then I feel like, you know, going back to the valley. Let's go back to the valley. I feel like when we was out there and we was in that valley of dry bones and we didn't have the right flesh, we didn't have the breath in our body that we have now, you know what I'm saying, which is everything that we spitting right now that God put in us to spit out right now. We didn't have all that in us back then. We was in the streets too. We was lost. We was in that valley, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like when God know your heart and he know you trying to move in a righteous way and you trying to figure out how to get to that righteous way, he gonna lead you to it. You just gotta see when he's showing you. You gotta see when he's showing you that direction. Because a lot of people, God showing them the path, they just ain't getting on it. They just not jumping on it.
Where you talk about you can't treat the rich man any different from the poor man. Because I might use any one of them to send
Exactly. And back on that, see, y'all done got me talking now, but back to that valley you was talking about, right?
Yeah.
Let's switch. Let's go down deeper then. You know, in Acts 9, see, when Paul was Saul, he was executing Christians, right?
Yeah.
So he was on Acts 9, he was on the road to Damascus, right?
And hands was weapons, bro.
And God caused him to be blind. He couldn't see nothing. God said, I'm going to send somebody to talk to him. The dude was like, man, you telling me to go talk to Saul? He all these things. God said, don't worry about you don't worry about all that. You just play your position. And see, when God opened his eyes, Paul became one of the greatest writers in the word of God. Why? Because he understood what it's like to go down that valley. See, I love God because I understood what that valley takes. How can I enjoy the mountain if I didn't go through the valley to get on top of the mountain? If I'm just placed on top of the mountain, then I'm gonna take advantage of that. You know, that's why so many people born with money, they don't know what it's like to not have money. They don't know what it's like to go through without. You know, man, in prison, you'll see people that don't make commissary kill themselves. Why?
Kill themselves, bro.
Man, why? Because the things that I'm accustomed to, the things I'm accustomed to, I can't get right now. So in order to go without, I would rather kill myself. Why do you think suicide is the greatest amongst people with money?
Yeah.
They don't have their hope. Their hope lies in the money.
Struggle builds character, Brian.
Man, it
basically builds character because everything that the black man that went through, you got to think everything we went through, we gonna go back in times in captivity because our people been captive for so long.
Man,
in every situation and scenario. You know what I'm saying? So when we was captive, one thing we had that I feel like is why we so connected to God in the first place is because that's all we had at time.
Nah, for real.
You see what I'm saying? All we had was God to talk to, bro. When they was whipping us and whipping our people on their backs and, you know what I'm saying, bucking them in and taking the men's wives into their little storehouses or whatever they
Man,
was doing to them. You know what I'm saying? And we still had prayer, bro. We still had God no matter what. Even when we was in that type of valley, we still had God, bro.
you know what?
We still had God. That pulled us through. That's why our mamas gave our mamas the knowledge that they got or the understanding they got to raise us the best they can, even
Yeah.
though we was poison still within some of that stuff that because they still had some of that slave mentality because that's all they knew, but they still was able to raise us and be strong even though they was on food stamps,
You know what?
even though they couldn't afford to feed us all the time. They still pushed through that because they were
Yep.
strong enough to get through it. They've been
Yep.
through that adversity.
And they
The
But
adversity they've been through
I
made them
think,
strong, bro.
and go ahead, Van. I
think
got
we
something.
can't. I think we can't confuse their adversity with each one of our own personal adversity.
That's true. You're right.
And I think one of the important things Brian brought up was Saul.
Yeah,
I think Saul is such a, not Paul, but the
Saul,
Saul character.
oh yeah,
yeah,
Saul.
I think he's such a used, like he's not spoke about enough. Because
yeah,
it's so
yeah.
many of us that think we're not worthy of a relationship with God or think we've
Hmm.
done this and
Right,
this to not be able to build a relationship with God.
right,
Not
right, right.
understanding, like Saul, his job, he's slaying God's
Hmm.
people
Yep.
and God
Yeah.
used him.
He was picking
You
them off.
know, and you know,
Go ahead.
go.
Go ahead, bro. You got it.
Going back to what my brother and back to the topic of what the discussion is, the valley of the dry bones, bro. And you went
Right.
back to the family. You know what our grandma and them never lost up. You know what the slaves, our ancestors never lost. They never lost the sense of hope. They
There you
woke up
go.
every day hoping, God, is this the day you're going to bring us salvation? Is
Right,
this the day you're going to deliver us? Is this
right,
the day?
right.
I'm hoping this day it is. But
Hmm.
if it's not today, I'm still not going to, I'm going to still sing praises unto the Lord. That's what the
Right.
Bible says. It says sing praises to the Lord. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
if I put my position into singing praises to God in the midst of my
Hmm.
adversity, in the midst of
Right,
me being, Brian, you filed a 99, in the midst of this, what you didn't have nothing to do with this charge, but in the midst of this, I laid my hope in God. You know, and
right.
and it's something about when you put your trust in God that you'll never fail. Because God's
Hmm.
word said, hey, it'll never come back void. And
Hmm.
Saul ain't the only one we can use. Look at David.
Yeah.
David had a woman, husband killed,
Heard
fucked the woman, got her pregnant. All this was
Hmm.
representing God. And David
Right,
was representing God when he did this. So
right.
how in the hell God ain't gonna have mercy and favor with us?
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on, man.
yeah,
Y'all better
yeah.
quit listening to these preachers on TV telling y'all if you ain't gonna give $100 million, $50,000, you going to hell. Shit, you better quit
Nah,
listening to that.
they
They gonna
for
walk you.
real. You right,
They gonna
brother.
walk you
You
right
right.
down the truth,
You
man.
right.
You
Hey,
better.
man, look. So, and I was just thinking too, like, because I'm gonna skip through some stuff on here,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna go probably around verse 15 in a minute. But
it.
I was just thinking about how like this whole valley of dry bones and all the people that need to be spoken life into, and all the ones who walking dead, and all this stuff like that. I feel like one of the biggest one of the biggest problems that I think has caused these things too is the fact that we have been overcome by separation amongst each other. The division amongst each other has been a problem too, because how can I talk to the next man and inspire the next man and give him what I've learned or what I understand if the next man, then that's not for all of them, because like I said earlier, it's someone listening. But for those, you have some that we so against each other, man, that nigga ain't talking about nothing. What them niggas ain't talking about nothing. I don't even want it. Man, what you talking about?
But
Man, God ain't. Why am I going? They don't even want to hear. They don't even feel inspired by what
Well,
this is. What this is.
to
What we saying, because they're so separated from
well,
that hope,
but
and that faith. They so far from it. You
but,
know what I'm saying?
hey,
but really, to be honest, bro, like if you haven't been through nothing,
You don't, yeah.
you're really not talking about nothing.
Nah, for real.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
hey, Van, you right. Because
Right.
guess what? Even
That's
Jesus
real.
said, hey, y'all remember the Bible?
That's
Said,
real.
he said, those that
That's
will
real.
understand gonna understand it. You
Right.
got to have those that's gonna understand it's meant for them. If it's not, he said, dust off your shoes and go burn off. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because
Dust off your shoes.
hey,
Yeah.
it's crazy because like sometimes y'all I kind of get in my feelings, right? I be like, dang, why a person gotta hit me up in my inbox to pray for me, or why a person gotta hit me up on my phone to why you can't say these same things and and God say you remember Nicodemus went to Jesus at night. Nicodemus didn't want to and I ain't saying but that's what he tell because I be like everybody don't want to know they serve. Everybody don't want people to know they looking for God.
Right.
Why? Because those that look for God, you consider weak. Meekness don't mean weakness. Because I ain't forgot how to do nothing I done once done.
Right.
I just choose differently because I know by the choices I have made in my life, the experience I done had, I know those old choices lead to destruction.
And I think
when you begin to want better, you begin to position yourself. Okay, ask yourself this: if we put Tom Brady at defensive back, would he have still been great? No. You know why? You know why? Because he's out of position.
Right.
See, you have to reposition yourself, huh?
He's out of alignment.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's man. My pops told me that today. He said, Brian, it ain't about you moving and making these changes. He said, until you align your life up with God, how Matthew 6:33 said, you're going to continue to go through the things. He said, your purpose is what takes care of you in God's kingdom. You know, it's about it ain't about the materialistic things with me, y'all. Like, it's not about, man, trying to be something I'm not. No, it's just telling the good what God did. Because that's what give me my joy. That's what give me my peace. If you can just say if one person just listen to you, they might get it or they don't. If they listen to you one time, 15 years down the line, they be like, man, I remember so-and-so told me this.
Change their whole life. Then they tell it to their grandkids.
And I think it's not our job to pull anybody out of the valley, but to let them in the valley and let them
somebody calling like a bitch.
Give them hope that you can make it through. When I was going through the valley, I was really angry at my mom.
Right.
Really angry at my mom.
Yeah.
And when things got better for me, you know, of course, me and my mom relationship better. I asked her, Mom, why you just sit and watch as I went through this?
Right.
He said, God put you in the valley because he wants you to learn something. He's getting your attention because there's something he's trying to feed you or tell you.
Yeah.
If I reach my hand down there and pull you out the valley, I'm interrupting God's work.
Because the help can be a
whatever
hindrance.
that lesson is, you're supposed to get. Yeah, that's why sometimes life got a teacher. Yeah, sometimes life got a teacher. So man, I'm gonna touch on 15 a little bit of piece of starting at 15 real quick.
All right.
And it said the word of Jehovah again came to me saying, and you son of man, take a stick and write on it for Judah and for the people of Israel who are with him. Then take another stick and write on it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and all the house of Israel who are with him. Then bring them close to each other so that they can become just one stick. And in your hand, when your people say to you, will you not tell us what these things mean? Tell them, this is what the sovereign Lord Jehovah says. I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel who are with him, and I will join them to the stick of Judah, and I will make them one stick. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like that's why I brought up early that separation thing. When I talk about we too separated as a people, you know what I'm saying? When the time is right, when he finally say, look, Y'all can take y'all nose out the corner now. Y'all punishment over, because the thing is, we fighting against something that we can't control. Damn, why we keep going through this? The world against us, this and that. They gonna keep being like that because we Judah. You know what I'm saying? We got chosen people, and right now he got us under pressure like this and under what we going through, because it's a punishment of us not doing what he told us to do. It's like
So,
getting you disciplining your kid. They don't do what you're supposed to do, you're gonna get in trouble. So it's the same thing. So now when you look at this, when he say, I'm gonna put this stick together, this stick going between one, it's gonna be one. Right now, we represent all people, melanated people. We are a broken stick, bro. We a broken stick. So we have to, one day, once we all start to wake up and open our eyes and get our mind in the right space, and we all going on the same frequency, we riding on the same energy that we supposed to be riding on, then that's when that stick gonna come back together, and then we gonna be stronger, bro.
but I think so. All while I was reading it, I was trying to figure out what are these two sides of the stick that need to come together as one.
Right.
What are these two sides? And I came up with a bunch of two sides
Okay.
that come together as one for things to change.
Come on.
Men and women.
Okay.
Black and white.
Come on.
Government and people.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Those are just the main, just all those relationships. Like, God wants his name above every name.
Every name.
That means every person put his name first. But in order for that to happen, as a black man, I cannot be disrespecting any women.
Right.
You know?
Right.
A black woman, I can't be disrespecting any man.
Right.
As a white woman, I can't be disrespecting any man. A white man, you know.
Yeah.
But then the main part of those two sides of the stick, I think, is us, our individual selves, and our purpose, and our God-given purpose.
Right.
So again,
like
why I'm so heavy on purpose is because when you walk in your purpose, it's gonna give you the boundaries to life.
Right.
You know, if my purpose is basketball, I shouldn't have gang problems. I shouldn't have football problems.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Walk in that gift instead.
Yeah.
Walk in that gift, because your gift gonna make room for you. And God put that gift there for you to make room for you.
And it's gonna
so I get that.
Where I need to spend my time.
Yeah.
Who I need to give my energy to.
Right.
You know.
That's like a spit in the face, kind of like I'm giving you a talent, I'm giving you a gift that's gonna provide for you and your family if you tap into it. But if you walk away from it, it's like spitting in God's face. Like I gave you this for nothing.
Yeah.
Like in the word, when he said he gave them all the talents, and he came back and the dude buried his talents. He said, why did you not do anything with the talents I gave you? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I was too busy at work, God.
Yeah.
I was doing overtime.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was like, what that mean to me?
Yeah. You still got to take time for your gift. Yeah.
I
like that.
Voice.
Yeah.
Look, with your voice, you could have been a singer. You could have read audio. You could all these things to make way for you.
Yeah.
You could have spoke life versus speaking death. All these things to make way.
Right.
But you supposed to
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, nothing wrong with working your job or anything, but don't forget about the purpose I gave you too. Because the life you desire, the life you dream about, whether you want to tell anybody, but the life you think about, that vision I put in your head, I gave you the talent to make room for that.
Right.
And then remember what I said about depression.
You
know, if God gave you this grand vision of yourself, every you go to sleep, you dreaming about it. Every time you daydream, you dreaming about this certain guy gave you of yourself. But yeah, you over here and you don't have a vehicle or a route to make you feel like you can get to that.
Right.
Now you start feeling depressed. Now you start. God told you you're supposed to be a great singer. You having these visions on stage, yet you work at McDonald's.
Right. Ooh, that's real, man.
Now you
Gotta
getting
tap
depressed.
in. Yeah. Yeah.
But God
But the vehicle was the talent.
but
The
God
vehicle was the gift.
God also telling you, like, look, yeah, I gave you McDonald's to help make that way, because that's what you was praying about. But
Yeah.
now McDonald's, you need to sing.
Yeah.
But then they start singing, and we hear about the singer that's discovered at McDonald's, or we hear Tyrese that's singing as he get on the bus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now somebody randomly happens to be there that you can't, and that takes you to. That's God.
That's God, bro.
That little bit of hope.
That's God, bro.
What
That's
up,
God.
What up, Wilcox?
Well, that's God, bro. I feel that. So, man, you know, like at the end of the day, man, I feel like, you know, from my conclusion of everything we've talked about, man, like we all have been part of that valley, bro. You know what I'm saying? We all been part of that valley, man. And I think, you know what I'm saying, like that life that we need, breathe, that real breath that need to be in us is that breath of God, bro. Because he gonna give us the strength and the inspiration to move on. He gonna give us the strength and inspiration to be able to tell somebody else about a help breathe life into them as well. Like we said, it might not be our job to go out here and try to save the world. And because most people, you could talk to them till their face turn blue. They gonna have to receive it when they ready to receive it. But I do feel like we do need to always take that moment to like tell somebody something inspiring, because even though they might not receive it right then, we just still planted a seed. It's gonna be God that's gonna make it grow. We just planted the seed. He gonna make it grow. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I feel. So, you know, like I said, man, like we just gotta keep reaching out to the valley, bro. Keep reaching out to the we on the other side looking at the valley now. We got to reach out to the valley, because the valley can represent the young youth that's out here gang banging. The valley can represent the kids in Chicago gang banging, killing each other. Everywhere, all around the world. The valley represent a lot of that, bro. It represents the death that we bringing on ourselves in our own culture. We celebrate death more than we celebrate life in our culture. You know what I'm saying? So that's the valley, bro. So reaching out to a young man on the streets, and you might, hey, young man, how you doing, man? I see you out, man. You take care of yourself. Be careful out here. Even something like that might make him think. It might be something simple as be careful out here. You see him with his pants sagging, he on the corner, and you say, hey, young man, how you doing, man? You be careful out here, man. But that little meats telling him be careful, that's just, he gonna take that to another level. Like, damn, somebody care about me enough to say be careful. Now he feeling like somebody care about him. It might make him care about himself a little bit more, instead of just passing by him saying, damn thug, get the hell off the block. Now he feel like, man, the world don't like me. Don't nobody love me, so I'm not gonna show no love. Versus saying, be careful out here, young man. You know what I'm saying? And then that's gonna make him see somebody give a damn. You feel what I'm saying? You don't know what you can ignite in a person by just planting that seed, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I had a quick story. I had a mentor, shout out Chemo. He challenged me with this one day, and it took me like 2 weeks to figure it out. He said, how do you give someone more every time they're in their, like when someone comes to you, how do you make them feel like they have more every time they leave your presence than when they came?
Oh, I like that.
Give them. And it literally took me 2 weeks. I racked my mind, can't give them money, can't give them knowledge, can't, boom. You know, the only thing you could really give them is hope or inspiration. And if you could give them hope each time they're in your presence, they're going to leave feeling better and feeling like they have more than when they came.
Right. I
So
like that. Yeah.
that's where I decided to say, okay, this was 3 years after that. I came with Be Great on Purpose. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if all I can tell you in passing, be great on purpose. If I can't
Yeah.
tell you that you might see me, and I
Yeah.
had a shirt on, and
Yeah.
you really great on purpose, and hopefully it is
Mm.
make you feel something.
Yeah. That's powerful.
But
That's
look,
powerful.
we gonna wrap it up right here. Here's what I need
Yeah.
you to do, Corey. Tell
Okay.
them where they could find Don't Think Like Me, Just Think.
Hey man, y'all go on Amazon.com, man. Y'all look for the book. Don't Think Like Me, Just Think. Y'all check it out, man. If you really trying to get something out of it, I didn't make it to where it was just not. I made it where everybody can understand it. Everybody can understand this book, man. So, tap into it, man. Amazon.com. Don't think like me, just think, man. Be great on purpose. Crown conscious, man. Straight up, y'all tap into the Tapped In podcast. Y'all check it out as well.
And as I say, look, our partner Mike couldn't be here, but shout out Prosperity Innovators.
Yes, sir.
Keep them thoughts prosperous, keep them innovations
Yes,
prosperous.
sir.
Crown consciousness, hey, protect your mind, protect what you're putting into it,
Right.
what you're letting around your mind. And as I say, why be average when you can be great on purpose?
Straight up.
All right,
Peace.
bro, I love you.
All right, one. Love you, boy.